Hello everybody, how are we doing? My name is Charles Barton, otherwise known as Viridian in the Discord. I am the Achroma Community Coordinator, and you are here today on the 14th of May. I always have to look at the date for the Achroma weekly live stream. Welcome one and all, I hope you're doing well. Let's start, as always, by saying hello to everybody in the chat, see how we're doing, and also answer the question that was posed to you guys at the start of the stream, which I appreciate is very subjective as to whether you actually have the cards yet, but you might have seen them online. I asked the question, what is the best looking expansion card and why? So let's go through the live chat, welcome a few people in and see what people have said. So welcome in Sarah, welcome in Ferry, welcome in Lewis, welcome in Heron. It is indeed that time of the week already. Welcome in Ayad, good to see you. Welcome in Marco, welcome in Lord Maiden. Heron got the ball rolling by saying Hod, because he looks like he's on a hike and got lost, or mutant case of zombie. No, I do like Hod. I really like the background of Hod's card, actually. I think it's really, really pretty. Lord Maiden says, I'm patiently waiting on the expansion stuff, so I know nothing about them outside of last week's stream. That is fair enough. Good, well done for staying away from spoilers. Fairy Bread is the same thing, just seen pictures. Lewis, welcome into the stream. You've said, for me, it's between Achroma Breach and Awaken the Guardians. I love the look of Breach with the almost Venom-like vibes, and Guardians just looks really cool with the Dragon and the Stone. Yeah, I think I definitely agree that the Realm Rifts are hard to ignore. They are very, very pretty cards. Ferrybread, I'm going to need some drawing ideas for fan art this week. I'm sure we'll figure out something throughout the stream. Good evening, Dickon. Good to see you, mates. And thanks. When they arrive, I must see about coming down at the end of the month. That would be very cool. The beard grows every time. Yes, I am growing my beard out a little bit. Thanks for noticing. Welcome in, Jack Stretch Jones. Yes, you're North from Discord. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you in the community. Civ Shield, Greek-inspired awesomeness. Yeah, Civ Shield looks really good. I agree. It's a beautiful looking card, that one. Hats off to Chill with the introduction. Yes. So there was a event on this weekend, wasn't there? Over in was it Swansea, if I remember correctly? I think. Were you at that event? Did you meet Chillman at that event? Did you? Good evening, Ben. Great to see you as well. Well, welcome in everybody. So yes, Swansea. That was it. Lovely. Well, pleasure to meet you. Welcome into the community. And I heard that Swansea was a good event. So pleasure to have you on board. It's nice to see people joining so quickly. So for those that have not been to one of our weekly streams before, the clue is in the title. This is a weekly stream we do every Sunday at 7 p.m, where we have three main sections to the live stream. So we have the Achroma news, events and previews, where, as the name suggests, we talk about all the Achroma news this week, any upcoming events, and we sometimes have some previews and sneak peeks for you for new products coming out soon. We then go on to a section called the Realm Table, where we have a community discussion about a particular topic. Now, due to the fact that I was on holiday this week, some may know, some may not know, but I was actually away all week on holiday, so therefore I have not had the usual prep time that I would do to get the Realm Table segment ready. So this stream is actually going to be a little bit of a shorter one, because we won't be having a Realm Table segment today. I can practically hear the R's, I apologize in advance. The Realm Table will return next Sunday, but unfortunately this week there was just not time to prep for it. But we will still be ending the stream on the community showcase side of things, where we always like to shine the light back on you guys. Did you go anywhere nice? I went to Center Park, so I have a long-term friend in America who I never actually met before. It's kind of an online friend who wanted to meet me. So he's flown over from the USA, and I had loads of friends in the UK that have driven over to where I live, and one person even came from Belgium as well. And we actually all went to Centre Parks for the week, which is really nice. We did a day trip in London yesterday, and yeah, so it's been really, really nice. Thank you. It's been very busy, very eventful, but absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for asking. Exactly. Yeah, holiday comes. So thank you, Lord. I appreciate it. Stop. Fairy's like, stop having a nice time on holiday. We need you here. You could make it up to us for some games on Discord. That would be awesome. Yes, I'm really looking forward to getting back into some games, especially the Wednesday night games next Wednesday as well. But yes, so let's get started then. So as a reminder, I'm Charles Barton. This is the Achroma weekly stream. We're not going to have a realm table discussion because of the fact that we didn't have enough time to prep for it, but I've still got plenty of news, events, and previews and community showcase to discuss. So let's get right into it. So starting with Kickstarter updates as per usual. Again, I appreciate we've got people that are new to Achroma, so I will just start by saying that a few months ago, we ran a Kickstarter to help us launch some of our new products. And for those that did pledge to the Kickstarter, you've all been very patiently waiting for certain products to arrive. So I always like to update you guys on where they're at. So the good news is that every single Achroma card that Kickstarter backers backed has now been sent out. So any cards that you backed for on Kickstarter have been sent. You should already have them, or they should be in the post on their way to you ASAP. So all of the cards have now been done. I cannot thank the team down in Poole enough. They have been working so hard every day, picking and packing to make sure these products get sent out. So thank you very much to the team over in Poole. But yes, if you haven't already got your realm, your cards from the Kickstarter, they have now been sent out. Anybody that has done pre-orders, if they haven't already been sent out, they'll be sent out very soon. Next will be the Unlimited Edition palettes, and the Rise of the Realm Runner palettes will be available to actually purchase very soon. So, you know, in a very short time frame, you'll start seeing the ability to actually now buy Unlimited Edition and the Rise of the Realm Runner expansion packs directly from the store, not as pre-orders. So that should be following very, very soon. So with the fact that the cards are now finished, it does mean that we are now heavily looking into, obviously all of the other products. So I don't have any like specific time frame updates to give you guys. I can tell you that the RPG Alpha is definitely the thing that's on the top of our list to get to you guys next, as you've been very, very patiently waiting for that. And merch is up very soon as well. Things like the dice, the posters, the play mats, I don't know exactly where they are in the ordering process, but again, they are all actively being worked on. As soon as I have any more concrete dates or kind of ETAs, I will update you guys in the Discord and on stream. But what you can know is that the cards are now behind us, so we can completely focus on everything else. As you know, don't go wrong, I pledged for it all as well, so I'm very excited for everything. So Heron says, how's the bag and dice coming along? Yep, so being worked on actively. Jack says, road tinted glasses, there was some must try harder points. Some things weren't organizer faults. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure that's absolutely the case. So yes, that's all I've got for the Kickstarter updates for you this week. As usual, if you have any questions, let me know in chat. Otherwise, speak to us in Discord if you have any specific questions as well. So the next update was just generally around some of our first edition stock. Again, with the fact we're having a significant rise in new players recently, which has been lovely to see. Welcome if any of you in the stream are new. It's worth noting that for those that don't know, we have first edition sets of our cards and unlimited edition sets. The main difference being the first edition sets have the embossed gloss effect on the front of the cards for the rares and legendaries, and also the meta code specifies that it's first edition rather than unlimited edition. Essentially, it's a collector's thing. It doesn't actually change how you play the game. It's purely if you're a collector, you probably want first editions. They're also limited edition. So the first editions, there was only ever 1,200 box printed for each chronicle, and for the unlimited editions, it's as many as we need. So something to mention for those that are new, or maybe those that are waiting to get the collection, is that we are now very, very low on a lot of stock. So for those that don't know, when it comes to the first 2 Chronicles we released, Curse of Curdle Hill and Siege of DracoTemple, those are now completely sold out from our stockist. There might be some stockists around the UK that still have a few boxes remaining, but when it comes to the official Achroma store, yeah, we have absolutely 0 Curse of Curdle Hill and 0 DracoTemple first editions. And when it comes to Flutterby and Wishwell stock, although I don't have exact numbers for you today, I have been told that they are in the low hundreds, so 1 to 200s of each. As you know, as people are discovering Achroma, they are starting to sell out much quicker. So if you are yet to get yourselves your first editions, genuinely recommend getting them soon to make sure that you don't miss out. But just to be very clear, as with we've said in the past, no core cards are going to be unobtainable. So all of the main cards that we print, you'll be able to buy an unlimited edition version, and therefore, you know, for those that get a bit of FOMO, you know, Curse of Curdle Hill, for example, you can still buy those cards just as unlimited edition versions. It's just purely, if you're a collector, then you want those first editions, then definitely consider buying it soon. The link to the shop is down below underneath the stream. If I could have a guess what I would have made... Sorry, what do you mean by that, Fairy Bird in the chat? Heron in the chat says, can't wait and see what the people that get to make their own cards come up with. Yes, yeah, for those that there was a few people in the Kickstarter that ordered at the tier, sorry, pledged at the tier that was so high, they got to create their own cards. I don't have any more information on when they get to do that or what their cards will be, but I'm sure we'll find out more when that gets done. Heron also says, hopefully I can get Wishwell at UK Games Expo. I can't guarantee that we will have still have stock by then, but I'd like to think we would still have some first edition stock, but I can't guarantee anything, I'm afraid. Oh, if you could have made a card, guess what I'd have made? Probably would have been something to do with Fungua. So yes, that is the Chapter 1 first editions, just giving you guys a bit of a stock update. Now, the next bit of news is more of a reminder than anything that is brand new news. Just to remind people, as always, that we are currently right in the middle of Season 1 of Achroma with our new season formats. And we still have our Salem Spring promo running until the end of June, which will be the end of this first season, which, for those who don't know what that means, is when you buy anything on our Achroma store or in-store in Pool that is £20 or more, you will gain access, you will get sent a copy of the Salem Spring promo card. This is a limited edition 1,200 copies promo card that when they're gone, they're gone. It is usable in the Salem Planum realm, so you'll be able to use it in your Curse of Curdle Hill cards or the upcoming The Conjuring of Curdle Cove. But yes, you'll get 1 copy while stocks last when you spend £20 or more in-store or online. Yes, there were some in Swansea. Yeah, I think we have quite a lot of the Salem Spring. Or if you're referring to Warriors of Wishwell, yes, we still have a couple of hundred of stocks of each of the realms. But you know, we have many shows coming up, so they could sell out quite quickly. Fungua Fairy Bird, that'd be awesome. So yes, that is the Salem Spring promo. Do not forget to get one of those if you can. So the next bit of news is around our next Chronicle. So for those who don't know, the Chronicle that is being released next is called A Conjuring at Curdle Cove. It's set within the Salem Planum, the Salem realm, and it is due to come out later this season. Welcome in, Twisted Humanoid, into the stream. And just a little bit of an update on this one. I don't have any previews for you today, but as we get closer to the release of Curdle Cove, we are going to start giving you even more sneak peeks and previews of some of the cards and some of the artwork and things like that, but nothing today for now. And that is due to the fact it's been delayed a little bit. Again, don't worry too much. I can't stress enough, it's just been delayed a little bit. It's just purely because the team wants to make some final tweaks to the cards before they go to the printer. You know, I'm sure you can all understand that we want to make sure that we don't send them to the printer and then suddenly realize that cards are overpowered, underpowered, spelt incorrectly. You know, the last thing we want to do is have to reprint cards or, you know, have too many corrections of cards or just generally release a set that is not ready. So it's being delayed just a tiny bit just to make sure that everything is okay. But to be very clear, the cards will still be up for pre-order very soon, and they will be, you know, actually printed and sent out to you guys not too long as well. It will still 110% be within this season. So, it's not going to suddenly be delayed to like, July or August or anything silly like that. It's still going to be within this 3-month season, of which we're halfway through already. So essentially, it's going to be the next 6 weeks or so if you want to do a little bit of read between the lines. But yes, I personally haven't seen any more of Curdle Cove either, so I can't wait to see more stuff as well. Sarah Jane says, can't wait to see the new cards. Me too. Heron says, we'll find a way to break the new cards. Hey, the community always find ways to make awesome new combos. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. Oh, me too, because I haven't even seen them myself. So that is the little bit of news about the Conjuring of Curdle Cove. The next bit of news I have for you is just a really nice bit of news, actually. It's about a review that we've had. So, Achroma is continuing to make waves wherever it goes. And the Siege of DracoTemple Chronicle in Achroma was recently given to a reviewer over at Gametrend. And it scored a perfect 100 score, which is absolutely incredible. So congratulations to the whole team and everybody involved in Achroma for what is an amazing score to get from a independent reviewer. I've got a quote here that I'm just going to read verbatim. So they said, even though we barely touched the expansive universe of Achroma, our first impression is that it is outstanding with novel game mechanics, incredible depth, high quality cards, stunning, striking and original artwork, and a compelling, rich background lore. So yes, it is a fantastic review to get. We are really pleased to see it. If you guys want to have a read of the full review, then it is linked down beneath the stream to go have a little read of later, and just, see what they said. But yeah, it's fantastic. And, as Achroma is growing, we're hopefully going to see more and more of these reviews, but it goes to show that, all of us really, every single one of you in the chat right now that's bought Achroma, we are still kind of in that first wave of the game really taking off. So it's fantastic to have that, sort of confidence that, hey, this game is bloomin' brilliant, isn't it? Kaz, welcome in. I want more cute, creepy creatures. Oh, I'm sure we will do in Curdle Cove. Lewis says, I wonder what can make Hexclunker more broken. Yeah, I know, right? Hexclunker's brilliant recently. Yeah, incredible stuff. Really, really good. So again, thank you very much to Phil from Gametrend who did that review. And like I said, you can check the link down below to see the full review. So that is the Achroma news. So moving on to the events. I'm going to start with the events that we will talk about the least today. So for those that don't know, the these are talking about events that we're actually going away to. So actually, one that happened over the weekend, let's talk about the past first, is we did have an event at Swansea this weekend. It was Chillman and Charlie, if you met either of these staff, different Charlie, for anyone that met them there. Now, I haven't got a picture of the event, but I heard it went relatively well, met some really nice people and got some new people involved, one of which obviously being yourself, Jack. Welcome in. So from what I know, it went really, really well. So if you are joining me in the stream, or if you're listening maybe on the Achroma cast and you joined us in Swansea, then welcome into the community. It's a pleasure to have you. And if you have any questions, there is our Discord link down below where most of the community hangs out. Looking forward, though, into some of the events coming soon. So the next event, which is actually away from our store, events that we're going to, is in actually not very long, so a few weeks to go. On the 26th to 28th of May is MCM Comic Con at the London XL in London. The London XL Centre in London, so that is obviously going to be a busy one. As soon as we find out exactly where we're going to be, as in which hangar, we'll let you know in the Discord and on our socials. I won't be there personally, but a lot of the... pretty much all of the rest of the core team will, so definitely come along, say hello, and say hi to them, play some games, and we may even have some of the new stock there, who knows. And then on the 2nd to the 4th of June, we have the UK Games Expo in Birmingham, so I hope to see you guys there as well. Again, I don't know if I'll be at that one myself, but I know a lot of the core team will be. Again, make sure you come and say hello, play some games with them. That'd be awesome. You guys all want a Kraken for Curdle Cove. I do not blame you. Also, speaking at the Comic-Con and Games Expo, apparently they will feature dedicated gameplay areas courtesy of our partners at Imagination Gaming. So there will be some more tables to play at. In the past, we've only had like maybe one spot to sit and play at. There will actually be some more. And there's talk apparently of maybe an Achroma tournament at least one of those events too. Confirmation of that to follow. But the big talk today, the biggest talking point for you guys is an event coming up very, very soon that is kind of in the title of the stream, so it's quite an important one. So let's cut straight to the chase. Tuesday, the 23rd of May at 7 p.m. British Standard Time. So for those thinking, oh gosh, what's the date today? So this is not next Tuesday. So this is not Tuesday as in like a couple of days time, but the Tuesday after that. Tuesday, the 23rd of May at 7 p.m. British Standard Time, down in the store in Poole, the Achroma store down in Poole, we are going to be running the Realm Runner Studios and Achroma Showcase, as well as the official launch of the Curse of Curdle Hill mobile adventure game. So, in short, this is a massive event we're going to be running in the store that is going to be a big showcase covering a lot of stuff. Like, I have a massive list to get through here of what is available at the event on this day. Before I go on to the event, Dickon asks, are we going to get last week's newspaper published very soon? As soon as possible, Dickon. Obviously, I've been off for the week. I'll find out what's happening with that very soon and get that published ASAP for you. I'm going to be mostly reading from my script here because I want to make sure that a lot of this information has been given to me only in the last few days, so I want to make sure that I'm reading out nice and correctly. So it's set to be a very, very exciting evening for press, creators, bloggers, and the Achroma community. So it's actually going to be, it's not just the Achroma community being invited down. We've got bloggers, creators, and press as well. It's the first time we've ever done an event of this scale for the Achroma store, let alone Realm Runner Studios, and it is going to be allowing us to grow Achroma internationally. So what's going to be happening on this event? So firstly, well, I say firstly, I'm not sure the order these things are going to be in, but the biggest thing to talk about is there is going to be a keynote speech by the Realm Runner Studios CEO, Jack Constantine. It is going to be about the Realm Runner Studios and Achroma story so far, talking about new games and expanding into America. We're going to be talking about player-influenced storytelling, digital integration, and digital gaming, Web3 and player-owned blockchain gaming, a forthcoming animation streaming series, future role-playing games, books, and board games. So that is everything I just mentioned is going to be in a keynote speech by Jack Constantine. And I don't even have time to break down each of those things individually, but there is a lot of stuff coming. And I'm going to be honest with you, folks, I know nothing more than what I've just read out. So I am it's piqued my interest too. Yes, they've kept this one quiet. Absolutely. So there is a lot to be spoken about, but that is not it. That's just the keynote, folks. It gets better. So there's also going to be masterclasses. So there's going to be world building, character development, and fantasy superverse storytelling, led by the Realm Runner Studios creative director Rachel Constantine. So lots of stuff being discussed there for those that like doing world building. There's also going to be a section on how to make cinematic games trailer with the Achroma animators Feral Child. So yes, the animators of Feral Child will be joining us. They'll be part of the panel on the night and talking about how they made the cinematic games trailer and talk about how to do it, which would be awesome. There's even going to be more panels as well. I personally want to kind of call this like a ChromaCon because it feels like a mini convention. But yes, it's the Achroma Showcase. Welcome in, Henry. I love me some roleplay games. I know, right? There's also going to be panels on the future of the indie gaming industry and the big publisher rebellion, again with Jack Constantine, Feral Child, and I'm told a very special guest. Yes, this is happening in the store. There will be space, don't worry, Lewis. Yes, this is happening in the Achroma store down in Poole on Tuesday, the 23rd of May at 7 p.m, which is only about a week and a half away. What else is going on? There's also going to be some more panels of Hasbro fandom disarray and the importance of valuing community, and that will be again with Jack Constantine and the Achroma operations manager Chris Hillman. Oh, I like this. Heron said, the big question, will you be there? Yes, I will. So I will be there, and I've got even more to tell you, folks. We're about halfway of the things happening in this evening. But I will mention at this point in time that for those that can't come down to the store, as I appreciate that it's a little bit short notice and not everybody can drive or get to Poole, it will be live streamed in the store, and I will be hosting that live stream. So it will be available online. However, as I'm about to mention, if you can make it to the store, you should definitely make it to the store. And here is why. There will be some extra things. So for those that are able to come down to the store for the Achroma showcase, you will be able to see and play with prototype versions of the Conjuring of Curdle Cove cards. So yes, if you come down, you'll be able to actually see these prototypes of the new Chronicle and play some games with them before its global release, so that'll be awesome. Also, for those that actually come down to the store, you'll be able to pre-order your Conjuring of Curdle Cove 3 days before the official pre-releases open. So for those that want to do the maths, yes, the pre-orders are set to release on the following Friday. Say that 10 times fast. Yeah, I'll have a few whiskeys and then say it 10 times fast, and I'll probably struggle. But yes, so the pre-orders, as you can probably tell by what I've said there, will be a few days after. But for those that come down to the event, you will get the ability to pre-order it first before anybody else. Also, for those that come down to the store, you'll be able to get your hands on the Conjuring at Curdle Cove limited edition promo card before anybody else. So you will get a copy, you might even be able to get yourself a copy of the Salem Spring promo card if you purchase something in the store, but if you just attend the event on that Tuesday, you will get a copy of the Conjuring of Curdle Cove promo card. So that is definitely something to be excited about. What else have we got? So it's at 7 p.m, Fairy. It's at 7 p.m, so it's not during school time, although I appreciate, depending on how late it goes on, obviously people have to be in bed at a certain time. What else? There's more. There's so much more. There will be the option to, there'll be the ability to meet the world builders, writers, and game makers. Basically, if you haven't already met the amazing team behind Achroma, there will be Meet the Team. So you'll be able to, chat to us and say hello and get signatures if you want. There will be there'll be the opportunity to win Achroma box set prizes. I don't know how you'll win those prizes yet, but for those that are there'll be competitions to win prizes. I don't know whether that's going to be like actually playing Achroma games or, raffles, but we'll find out. There's so much more, Fairy. Now, I don't have any more information on what this means, but I'm going to read this verbatim. There will be free, brand new in-account currency card for every player. Now, I don't know exactly what this means, so please don't take what I'm about to say as concrete, but where people that have recently been alpha testing the adventure game will know that the in-app currency is called shards. You can use those shards to buy avatars, and you can also use those shards within the adventure game to influence the game. Apparently people that come down to the store will also get a brand new it says brand new, so it might actually be completely brand new, but an in-account currency card for every player. So you'll get given a card with digital currency for the app. What that digital currency will be or what it's for, I genuinely have no clue at this point. We will find out, but you'll get something. There will also be a Beat the Achroma Team challenge. So again, I imagine that will be at playing the game Achroma, but there will be a chance to beat the creators. There will be a card signing. So our original artist, Matt Vince, will be down at the store, and he will be doing signing. So if you want to get your posters signed or your concept art signed, your alternative art card signed, Matt Vince will be there for that. Yes, it's just so much. So yes, if you can, there is definitely every single reason to come down to the Achroma store Tuesday, the 23rd of May, which is only in a couple of Tuesdays' time, 7 p.m. I don't have an end time, but I imagine it would be relatively late in the evening, depending on how long it all takes. As I said, if you are unable to make it, it will be live streamed, and I'll be hosting. If you are in the live stream, I will be actively monitoring the chat, and there will be options. There will be the ability for you to ask questions in chat, and I will ask them to the panels for you. So, you can still actively get involved if you're in the live stream, but as we can see by talking through all those details, if you can make it down to the store, you absolutely should. I personally, I'm working on Tuesday, as in like for my main job, but I'm doing everything I can to get down because I want to be there too. Heron says, might pull a sick day from work. Maybe we shouldn't have read that on a live stream, as long as none of your bosses are in the stream as well. Lewis says, so we're going to be at the store till 2 a.m. I don't know the end time. I doubt it's going to be that late. I'd imagine it would be 10 or 11. But there's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be a lot going on. Sarah says, sorting childcare as we speak. Brilliant. Ferrybread, you have a piano lesson. Oh, no. Oh, God, okay, good. So yes, that is the Achroma showcase for Realm Runner Studios and the Achroma game. Now, obviously, we have one more live stream next Sunday before the event. So if I get any more details for the event on next Sunday, then I'll let you know. The one thing I'll say for now, folks, is that the event will have limited spaces, purely down to, as Lewis made the comment, that the store isn't the biggest, so we're going to have to limit spaces slightly. Now, how we're going to limit those spaces, I don't have a concrete answer for you yet, whether we're going to do a ticket system or just a first come, first serve. As soon as we find out more, then I will let you know in the social medias and on next week's stream. Well, probably before that, because that'll be then a few days away. But just to be aware, there are going to be limited spaces, so keep your eyes on Discord and social media, so that if we do end up doing a ticket system, to be very clear, it's definitely going to be free. It's not going to, if there are tickets, it's not going to be paid entry. But yes, we'll keep your ears and eyes peeled to the social medias for those. Does anybody have any questions at this point in time for the Achroma showcase? If you do, pop them in chat and I will try my best to answer them. And if I can't answer them, I will endeavor to get an answer and get it back to you ASAP. Lewis says Kickstarter super backers should get a priority. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that, if I'm completely honest. Maybe not just because I'm an Achroma super backer myself. But yes, so that is the Achroma showcase. If you do have any questions, pop them in chat and I'll read them out before the end of the stream. Now, I did say that this week's stream was a relatively short one. So that is the end of the Achroma news, events, and previews. As I said, unfortunately, I don't have any previews for you this week, but I'm sure we will have some previews for you in the coming weeks. And like I said, we're not doing a Realm table discussion on this week's stream due to the timings. The Realm table will be back next week. Lewis says, I assume there'll be a new article. Yes, my plan over the next 24 hours was to get out a news article with all of this information on as well, Lewis. So yes, for those that haven't listened to the stream, because I appreciate not every community member comes to the weekly stream or the Achroma cast on Spotify, Google Podcast, etc. Yes, we will be putting an article up on the website, and we'll probably push that through to the app as well to try and show as many people as possible about the event, because ideally we want to get as many people involved in the event, because there are going to be press there, there are going to be bloggers and stuff there, so the busier we can make the event, the better it be for everybody. So yes, it will be on there. Heron says, yeah, just teleport me there on the day. I will try. So yes, that is the end of the Achroma news, events, and previews. Let's move on to the Achroma showcase. So, as always, we like to end the stream by shining the light on you guys in the community. I don't actually have any Achroma artwork or anything like that that's been made this week. I think, people have been busy, or maybe people haven't been inspired, who knows. The only real content to talk about this week is that there has been a new DracoTemple article. For those that don't know, DracoTemple is a website, literally called DracoTemple.com. It's linked down below. It is a article website, which is run by one of our community members, Echo. And, Kaz posted some artwork 2 minutes before the stream. I will go get it. I will get it. I will show it. Yep, I see it. I'm going to download that right now, and I'll put that in. Give me 2 seconds. But in the meantime, yes, the DracoTemple article that has been written by Echo this week is all around the Rise of the Realm Runners expansion. Now that we've had the cards for a few weeks, he has done a detailed article talking about some of the key cards that he's been using, some of the cards that he feels better or worse than imagined. So for those that maybe have only just got their hands on the cards, or maybe thinking about buying them, definitely worth a read, because it gives good insights from a very competitive player as to how the cards are starting to shape up. So definitely go and check out that article. So yes, So we have got, it turns out we have got some fan art this week. So here we go. There we go. Oh, I love this. So this is fan art from Kaz, who is the partner of Lewis in the Discord. So they have created this character called Pim the Imp, who is a custom character that they have been playing in the Achroma TTRPG, because they're currently playing in a test campaign. And for those that haven't seen the previous pictures of Pim the Imp, you can check it out in the Discord under the fan content forum. There is a channel now for the adventures of Pim the Imp, and I love this one. I have no idea what the context is here. We can see that Pim clearly has love in their eyes for cheese and bread, and is actively grabbing and eating it. We're going to need some context for this. Kaz in the Discord, please. But again, beautiful artwork, really well drawn. For those who don't know, this is a play on this card. I appreciate we got some new players, so let me just bring it up on the screen for you. For those who don't know what this is referencing, there is, where are they? This character. Oh, I don't have the card. I don't have the card bot on. I can do that quickly. Only takes a second to load. And then if I just hide it and unhide it. There we go. So for those that haven't seen, this is a card in the Fall of Flutterby set called Imp. And it is the imp that has been taken and created into Pim the Imp. And the card will disappear in just a moment and you'll see again Pim the Imp. She'll give you more info, but while exploring a house to find clues, Pim went into the kitchen to feast on cheese. I love that. And I love the hat as well. That's being her realm relic. Brilliant. Thank you very, very much, Kaz, for sharing that at the last minute. I'm glad we could show that on stream because that was absolutely brilliant. And any future Pim the Imp artwork will be on stream as well. The hat is Pim's relic. It's the hat called Dargon. Yes, Dargon. Okay. Very cool. Ferrybread says, Imp Ferrybread, more ideas? Absolutely. Why not? So the last bit of Achroma community is I also like to share some of the palettes that have been made by the community. So for those who don't know, in our Discord, which is linked down below, there is a forum called Canvas Forum and also Heroes Forum, where you can post pictures of the palettes that you make in Achroma. There's a really useful tool that has been created by Lewis, called, which is at achromatools.com, I should say, where you can make these pictures. So I have a couple of palettes that have been made by members of public, and I want to share them with you guys today. So this is a deck that has been created by Hen, who is actually one of our resident one of our resident team members here at Achroma and Realm Studios. So they made this deck, which they are calling Thorstein's Baby Blues. So this is a palette made from the Warriors of Wishwell Chronicle in the Norso Planum, and it does contain some of the expansion cards and a couple of the a few of the Realmless cards. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got I think the general idea that I saw from Hen in this palette when he posted in Discord is it is very much a Acrom deck. Meaning that you're trying to steal your opponent down to 0, and it does have some really useful gain cards, but it, like I said, primarily Acrom. But the main thing is it's all around cyan shards. So Thorstein is the legendary here, and I think the reason for that was due to how powerful Thorstein is, because Thorstein has an ability which is he can't be erased if you have 2 or more characters out, and as you can see, you've got lots of characters here. And also he gains for each character and location on your board. So a lot of people will know that Wishwell Rascavi Raider palettes can be very difficult to manage your shards, so I imagine that's why Torstein's in there. We've got Gunnar and Izaz, which is just a fantastic way to gain based on, both of these cards will give you lots of plus based on how many cards you have out with Cyan. As you can see, lots of Cyan cards. We've got Club of Dagda and Jamshid Orb, obviously very, very powerful objects to add on to Gunnar and Thorstein to board control and keep your characters alive even more. We've got miners, presumably to make all these objects a bit cheaper, make them a bit more worth it. Magnus to be able to dig for Thorstein, that's kind of like your insurance. Obviously, we've got some good Brascavi hunters and raiders. They're obviously there to give power to Gunnar and Izaz. as well as obviously getting some steel. I like the addition of the 2 Samir bands. They're very, very, a 2 cost, 1 steel object, especially if you play a Lakringi miner to make that cheaper. That's really, really good. Briscavi Rage, fantastic ability to be able to attack locations. We've got some cheap characters for Torstein with obviously Poisonous. And I like some of these utility cards. We've got an Unfair Trade, which is great in multiplayer. Spider Silk, which is great for Poisonous. Cave Expedition, which is probably going to be used to find the promo card or the cave dwelling, because that's the only 2 locations. Yeah, Aurium Dime, which is great for games. So yeah, overall, a really nice hybrid deck that leans more towards Acrom, but synergizes really well around your objects of power and your cyan shards. So yeah, I really like this palette. So far, from what I read, Hen said that he's won 3 games in a row with it, and all the games have been Acrom. So if you want to check out more or give Hen any specific feedback, again, it is under the Canvas forum in the Discord. I probably will be making this deck myself, as I quite like it. So yeah, well done, Hen. Awesome deck. Heron says, Hen, that is a Achroma deck. Don't turn to the light side. You can't leave us now. Yeah, no, it is Acrom. He says that you do win with Acrom with that one. Hey, Richard, welcome in. Hey, I've missed today's stream as I've got carried away painting, but I've been having a lot of fun on the adventure game. Stay safe. Hey, lovely to see you, Richard. Feel free to listen back to the stream another time, and there will also be, obviously, the Achroma cast going live in a few days as well. But welcome in. Glad to see you, and hope you've been having fun painting. So I have one other deck that I want to show today, and this is been submitted by Hazmat, and it's called Fisto's Graveyard Shift. Fisto's Graveyard Shift. So I really like this one. I've actually made a deck that's a little bit similar to it, but I feel like Hazmat's done it better than me, so I want to have a look at it now. I will say as a bit of a disclaimer that I'm aware that at the time that I took this image, Hazmat has said that the rare cards in this palette are still a work in progress. You know, he might change some of these rares, but the general idea of this palette is it's very much a control deck. It's very much about just annoying your opponent. So Fisto is a card where whenever a card is erased from your canvas, you can gain the shards. And then what he's done is he's put loads of cards in here that allow you to sacrifice things, because then if you sacrifice, you get obviously amazing abilities, but the card you sacrifice, it doesn't go to waste if you have Fisto out, because you can then gain the shards for it. So you can see here you've got, you know, sacrifice cards. You've got Sacrificial Ritual, Ritualistic Notion, Ritual of Knowledge, Ancient Rituals. I imagine... Oh, surprisingly, actually, I'm surprised that there's not... one thing that I'm actually surprised is not on here is Scorch. Maybe if maybe take out the 2 Liquisha Dracos for Scorch, maybe. But yeah, lots of sacrifice cards, lots of cards to be sacrificed, like Dark Tolly and Stolen Dragon Egg. Draco's Graveyard, obviously to be able to then dig for those cards to get them back. Impious Drake for the control. Obviously characters just generally to, you know, good control. Now, the play here that I really like that Hazmat wrote about, that I wanted to the reason why I wanted to highlight on stream, is imagine this. Imagine it's your first turn, folks. And what you do is you start your turn by playing Cerulean Draco. I'll even bring this on the stream for those that haven't want to see it purposely. So you start your turn by playing Cerulean Draco. All other players must discard a card from their hand. So if this is the start of the game, all players are now down to 4 cards. All right? Stay with me. Because then what you do is your second card, you attach to Cerulean Draco a card called Sacrificial Uvu, which I will bring on the board for you now. Sacrificial Uvu is an object, which is if this card is used for sacrifice, you may use the sacrifice ability twice. So you put that object onto Cerulean Draco. Then the third card you play that turn is a action called Ancient Rituals, which is sacrifice. Each other player must discard 2 cards. Now, because the card you choose to sacrifice will be the one I just mentioned. Where did it just go? So the card that you're going to sacrifice will be Sacrificial Uvu, which means you can do the sacrifice ability twice. So that means you get to... all your opponents have to discard 4 cards. And because you did the Cerulean Draco at the start, all of your opponents have now discarded 5 cards. So every single one of you, imagine you had your first turn first. Yeah, exactly. All other players on their first turn would literally start the game with 0 cards in their hand. How brutal would that be? I mean, it's a very specific example. You know, you would hope that you go first or second. You'd have to have a Cerulean Draco in your hand. You'd have to have a Sacrificial Wuvu, and you'd have to have an Ancient Rituals. But considering you have 2 of each of those cards in your palette, it's not impossible. But yeah, how evil is that? Hazmat, you can tell it came from the player who came second in our recent grand tournament, because that is evil. Fairy Red, what legendary do you get with the DracoTemple expansion? Off the top of my head, I don't know, unfortunately. I'll have to check that for you. Yeah, what? That turned me delicious. Brutal. Yeah, Matt has done a great job of that one. So yeah, if you want to see this palette in all its glory, if you want to, you know, talk about this palette even more and give them some feedback, or, you know, if you make this palette and want to talk about it, check out the Canvas forum in our Discord, and it's under there as Fisto's Graveyard Shift by Hazmat. So yeah, again, well done to Hazmat for making that one. I quite like how evil that is. Lord Main says you'd have to have a few shards left and maybe have to trade, but that's just tasty. Oh yeah, it's a brutal way to start the game. All right, so with that then, folks, that is the end of the community showcase, and that does bring me to the end of today's stream. I did say that today was going to be a short stream due to the fact that we haven't had a Realm Table segment, and for those that weren't here at the start of the stream, the reason for that was because I've been on holiday all week, so unfortunately there's not been the time to plan and organize that, but the Realm Table segments will be coming back next Sunday as per usual. So, you know, this week's stream has been a bit of an outlier. Next week's will be back to normal. The biggest news to come from today's stream is about that Achroma and Realm Runner Studios showcase happening on Tuesday the 23rd of May, so pop that in your calendars. I will also write it into Discord, and I will also there will also be a news article on the website in the next 24 hours for more details on that as well. But yes, that'll be awesome stuff. But yeah, thank you very, very much to everybody that has joined me in today's stream. It has been a genuine pleasure to chat to you guys. As always, you know, it wouldn't be as fun stream if it wasn't you guys chatting along with me. But that is where we're going to look to end the stream. Now, again, I did say that this week's stream is a bit of an outlier. Normally, for those that know, normally I would have that on the stream, and normally we would go and join in Discord and play some games and debrief today's news. However, I mentioned at the start of the stream that my friend has come over from America. Who's been here all week with me. Well, he's still here with me, and as much as I would love to play some Achroma games with you guys, I still have a guest that I should be entertaining, and also I can smell he's cooked dinner for me, which is very nice. So unfortunately, I will not be in the Discord this evening as much as I would normally love to be. But as of next week, the streams will be back to normal. Yes, I actually have been playing Achroma with him all week, Karen, but I can't get him on the Discord game because I've only got one webcam. But yes, so that is where the stream will be ending. But yeah, so I won't be in Discord, unfortunately, but as of next week, it will be back to the usual jumping in Discord. I mean, if you guys want to jump into Discord and play some games together, then please be my guest. I just won't be there myself. But thank you very much, guys. I've been Charles Barton, the Achroma Community Coordinator. I'll see you guys in the next week's Achroma Weekly stream. Bye-bye.